The cursor blinks on the timeline. It's 2 a.m. The house is silent, save for the low hum of the PC tower and the refrigerator cycling on in the kitchen. I'm sitting in the dark, the glow of the monitor washing out my face. I've been reviewing footage for 45 minutes. I installed the system last week. 4 cameras, hardwired, 4K resolution with night vision. Paranoia mostly. My neighbor's house was broken into last month. Nothing taken, just disturbed. Drawers opened, furniture moved. He said it felt like someone was living in his attic for a night. I wanted to be sure. The footage is displayed in a grid. Camera 1, front porch. Camera 2, backyard. Camera 3, kitchen. Camera 4, the hallway. I'm focusing on camera 4. The timeline shows a series of red flags, motion detection alerts. Between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., the system picked up movement in the hallway 7 times. I know I didn't get up. I slept like the dead. My wife is out of town on business. So, who walked down my hall? I click on the first alert. Timestamp. 1:14:22 a.m. The video loads. The grainy black and white green hue of infrared night vision takes over the screen. The camera is mounted high, near the ceiling, pointing down the length of the corridor. The doors to the guest bedroom, the bathroom, and the master bedroom are all visible on the right side. On the left is the wall, hung with framed family photos. The motion trigger was the hallway light. In the footage, the light flickers. Just once. A brief stutter of the bulb. It's enough to trip the sensor. The video plays for 30 seconds after the trigger. Nothing happens. The light stays steady. The shadows are static. I exhale. A glitch. Old wiring. I skip to the next alert. 1:42:10 a.m. Again, the hallway light flickers. This time it stays off for 2 seconds before humming back to life. When it comes back on, something looks different. I pause the video. I lean in, squinting at the pixels. The photos on the wall, they're crooked. I rewind 5 seconds before the light went out. The frames are straight. The light flickers. Darkness. The light returns. The frames are askew. Not just askew. The one in the center, the photo of us on our wedding day, is now completely upside down. I feel a cold prickle on the back of my neck. The wind? No, the windows are closed. I hit play. The video continues for another minute. Nothing moves. No one walks into the frame. The hallway is empty. Just the upside-down picture hanging there, mocking the physics of the room. I switch to the kitchen camera feed to see if anyone entered the hallway from that end. The kitchen is empty. The doorway to the hall is visible in the distance. I sync the timestamps. 1:42:15 a.m. In the kitchen feed, the doorway is dark, empty. Nobody moved the picture. I skip to the third alert. 2:15 a.m. The footage begins. The hallway is quiet. Then, at 2:15:08, a shadow detaches itself from the corner, where the wall meets the ceiling. I freeze the frame. It's not a distinct shape. It's a smudge. A darker patch of black against the gray-green of the infrared image. It looks like a water stain on the plaster, but it's moving. It's elongating, stretching down the wall like a dripping liquid. I press play. It moves slowly. It has no form, no legs, no head. It's just a vertical distortion in the air, sliding down the wall. It reaches the floor and pools there, spreading out across the carpet. Then it begins to rise. It forms a column, roughly the height of a man, but thin, unnaturally thin. I check the kitchen feed again. 2:15:20 a.m. The doorway is clear. The sensors on the front and back doors haven't tripped. Whatever this is, it didn't come from outside. I go back to the hallway feed. The column of darkness is hovering near the guest room door. It doesn't open the door, it just presses against it. The wood bows inward, just slightly, like a vacuum is sucking it from the inside. Then it releases. The wood snaps back to flat. It moves down the hall. I watch, my hand hovering over the mouse, trembling. It stops at the master bedroom door. My door. I pause. My heart is hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. I was sleeping in there. I remember this night. I remember waking up briefly, feeling a chill and pulling the covers up. I thought it was the AC. I press play. The shadow slides under the door. Not under the gap. It flows through the wood like smoke through a sieve. The video ends. The motion sensor stops recording after 60 seconds of stillness. The next alert is 2:17:05 a.m. I click it. The shadow is coming out. It emerges from the door, reforming into the tall, thin column in the hallway. But now it looks different. It has something with it. I zoom in. The resolution is good, but the object is small. It's dangling from the top of the shadow column, like an item held in a phantom hand. It's a pillow. My pillow. I look down at the webcam on my laptop. I am currently sitting in the living room, far from that hallway, but I instinctively check behind me. The living room is dark. Back to the screen. The shadow glides to the wall. It lifts the pillow. It presses the pillow against the framed photos. It's wiping them down. Methodically, left to right. It moves the pillow across the glass of my wedding photo, then the baby picture, then the landscape print. It's not stealing, it's cleaning. It drops the pillow on the floor. It hovers over it for a moment, vibrating, shimmering in the digital grain. Then it dissipates. It just breaks apart, drifting into the air like dust motes caught in a sunbeam, until the hallway is empty again, except for the pillow on the floor. I sit back in my chair. I'm breathing hard. This has to be a glitch, a compression artifact, a bug in the firmware. I've read about this. Cameras picking up infrared reflections from dust or insects that look like apparitions. But the pillow? The pillow moved. I pull up the next alert. 3 a.m. on the dot. The footage starts. The hallway's empty. The pillow is still on the floor. Nothing happens for 10 seconds. Then, the camera glitches. The image tears horizontally, the top half of the frame shifting to the left. A digital stutter. When it snaps back, the shadow is there. It's standing directly under the camera lens. I can't see its face because it's looking up. It's so close that I can see the texture of the ceiling paint. It reaches up. A hand forms out of the darkness of its torso. It's long. The fingers are too long. It has too many joints. It touches the camera. The screen shakes. The audio, which has been silent this whole time, picks up a sound. Scrape. Thrum. I turn up the volume. Scrape. Thrum. It's the sound of dry skin dragging against the plastic casing of the camera. Then, the voice. It's not a voice, really. It's a frequency. A low, modulating hum that sounds like a person trying to speak with no vocal cords. It sounds like a cassette tape being fast-forwarded and rewound at the same time. Watching, the sound says. I rip the headphones off. My skin is crawling. I'm shaking. I look at the time on the video. 3:45 a.m. I'm watching the footage from last night. This already happened. I'm safe. It's a recording. But the dread doesn't go away. Because I remember last night. I don't remember waking up at 3 a.m. But I remember dreaming. I dreamed I was floating in a dark room, and there was a humming sound. I reach for the mouse to close the window. I don't want to see anymore. I'll call the installer in the morning. I'll stay in a hotel tonight. But then I noticed something. The live feed in the small thumbnail preview in the corner of the software interface. It's the hallway camera. The live feed. The hallway light is flickering. I stare at the thumbnail. The timestamp in the live feed is 2:14:55 a.m. It's happening now. Wait. That can't be right. I looked at my system clock earlier. It was 2 a.m. I look at the taskbar on my computer. 2:15 a.m. I've been watching the footage for an hour. How is it only 2:15 a.m.? Did I lose time? I look back at the live feed thumbnail. The shadow is there. It's standing in the exact same spot as in the recording. Under the camera. Reaching up. I realize with a jolt of ice-cold horror that I'm not watching a recording of the past anymore. I've been watching a live feed, thinking it was a replay. The interface I was using, I must have clicked live instead of playback, or the software defaulted to live. No. The timestamp on the video I was watching said yesterday, unless the file date was wrong. I look at the hallway. My office door is open. The hallway is 20 feet away. I can see the darkness from here. I don't have infrared eyes. It's just black void. The light in the hallway flickers. I hear it. Scrape. Thrum. The sound is coming from the hallway. Real sound. Not through headphones. I stand up. My chair scrapes loudly against the floor. I freeze. Silence. I grab my phone. I need to call 911, but my fingers are clumsy. I drop the phone. It clatters on the desk. From the hallway, I hear a sound. A wet, rustling sound. Like dry leaves being crushed. I grab the heavy Maglite flashlight I keep on my desk. I click it on. The beam of light cuts through the darkness of the office. I walk toward the door. "Who's there?" My voice cracks. It sounds weak. No answer. I step into the doorway. I shine the light down the hall. The hallway's empty. The photos are straight. The pillow from the master bedroom is on the floor. I see the pillow. It wasn't there earlier today. I know it wasn't. I would have noticed it. The light from the flashlight hits the camera mounted on the ceiling. The camera is moving. It's panning. It's turning away from the hallway, pointing toward the guest bedroom door. But I didn't move it. It's a fixed position camera. I look at the movement. It's smooth, mechanical. Then, the camera stops. It points at the wall opposite the bedrooms. It's pointing at me. The red infrared LED on the camera blinks. Blink, blink, blink. It's sending a signal. I look down at the wall next to me. There is a shadow there, a distortion in the air. It's standing right next to me, so close I could touch it. I didn't see it because it has no depth in the light of the flashlight. It's like a smudge on a lens, but I can feel the temperature drop. I can smell that smell, the scent of ozone and stale dust. I slowly turn my head. The shadow is taller than me. It has no features, just a shifting, writhing darkness. I raise the flashlight, shining it directly into the mass. The light doesn't reflect. It disappears. The shadow absorbs the beam. And then from the shadow a hand emerges, the long-fingered hand. It reaches for my face. I scramble back, tripping over my own feet, slamming into the doorframe of my office. I scramble backward, crab walking on the floor, kicking the door shut. The door slams shut. I lock it. I sit on the floor, breathing in ragged gasps. The house is silent. I wait. Minutes pass. maybe hours. I crawl back to my desk. The computer is still on. I look at the monitor. The live feed of the hallway is gone. It says no signal, but there's a new window open, a recording window. It's the footage from camera 3, the kitchen. I press play. The timestamp is 2:20 a.m. just now. The kitchen is empty. The back door is closed. Then, at 2:20:10, the back door opens. It opens inward, toward the kitchen. I didn't open it. I locked it. The shadow glides in. It moves differently in the kitchen light. It seems more solid. It stops in the center of the kitchen. It turns. It's looking at the camera. Or rather, it's looking through the camera, looking at the screen in my office. It knows. It raises a hand. The fingers elongate, stretching across the room, touching the lens of the kitchen camera. The screen fills with static. Then, the static clears. I'm looking at the kitchen again, but the shadow is gone. The camera angle has changed. It's lower now, it's looking up, it's on the floor. Then, the shadow walks back into the frame. It picks up the camera. I see a face. Not a human face. A gap. A void where a face should be. It holds the camera up to its face. I can see the reflection of the room in the camera lens. I can see the kitchen table, the fridge, the window. And I can see the door to my office. And on that door, in the reflection on the screen, I see the handle turning. Slowly. From the inside. I look at my office door. I locked it. I know I locked it. But the handle is turning. The lock is sliding back. By itself. I look back at the screen. On the feed, the shadow is holding the camera. It tilts the camera sideways. Then, the video feed cuts out. I'm sitting in the dark. The monitor is the only light. The door to my office creaks open. I don't turn around. On the black screen of the monitor, I see my own reflection. And standing behind my chair, towering over me, is a patch of darkness that is darker than the room around it. I hear the hum. It sounds like a voice. "Caught you," it says.